Yeah.
And hold on, sorry. Was he just agreeing, or he was making?
He was agreeing.
Okay.
And then in the recording, he says, "I agree," and then he goes, "But not that I'm racist. I'm not racist."
Yeah.
So it's, that Sam Allardyce thing. He didn't actually organise anything. He was just there.
And that was too much.
That's too much. Yeah. So cut to 2018. Marine Le Pen.
So this is the daughter of the NF champion.
Yeah. She's come. Her party. Don't know if you know that their party came second to the current president, Macron. And do you know about Macron, the president?
Just that he wasn't really like a politician and everything. He was kind of like an underdog for a little while. I don't know too much more about him.
Yeah. It was the hero because he beat Le Pen. But last year. I'm going to shock you. Last year, he said that Africa was held back because it had civilizational problems, and the women in Africa were having too many babies, which hampered development in African nations. So he's not exactly the nice, So a friend of mine told me that people in France, especially those who weren't white. They were a bit torn about whether they should win or not, because they said, was it another 2010?
Whether they should win the
World Cup? No, the World Cup. Yeah. So
how can it be French and then not want to win? What does that mean?
Because they were saying for them, it's like they wanted France to win because it's their country, but at the same time they were scared of the reaction, and they remembered They remembered what happened in 2010, where they, all the players were called names.
But then that
players like Benzema, who they're not playing, and people think it's because of his race. The 1998 thing, everyone said that was going to change things, but it didn't.
I'm just trying to get a handle on what type of people these are. So these are, let's say, regular French people who are like, we don't want to stir up this pot all over again.
Yeah,
or these are the Marine Le Pen people.
No. These are, I'm talking about a friend of mine who lives in Paris. His friends, who a majority of them are people of colour. Yeah. So they were. So they're
saying, just like, look, this is just gonna stoke that conversation, that argument, those feelings all over again.
Yeah. Okay. And then the president, he missed the trick when they won, because he could have, when they won, said, he could have latched on to the diversity, all of that, which is what Le Pen did when France did badly. Yeah. She latched on to, it's because they're from the ghetto, and that's what they're like. But he didn't do that.
You're right that he missed the trick, but then he didn't do anything else wrong. I watched the medal ceremony, and I thought he was
alright, isn't he?
He embraced all the players. He was celebrating. I know you can't catch all these things just in looking at a few minutes worth of TV footage, but he seemed genuinely thrilled that they'd won. The fact that it would rain down on top of everyone, no one seemed to care.
I thought the Croatian president was a bit more. She was hugging everyone
as well. Yeah, the trophy came past, and then he kissed the trophy off, and we just won it, and she kissed it as well.
He's not allowed to kiss it.
You can kiss the bottom of the trophy, but not.
You kiss your silver medal, mate. That's what you kiss.
You know what? Actually, that footage. Did you watch the medal ceremony?
The World Cup? Mate, I loved it. Actually.
When it started to rain, who was the only person who didn't realise it was raining? There was all the officials and all the presidents. One president was protected from the rain.
Yeah.
Who's
Putin,
that? Mate, how did he manage to do that?
Because he's Russian, man. Have you heard about Putin's, I think it's ice hockey. His ice hockey teams never lost, and they always win it, whoever they play.
Hold on, and they play international opponents?
They play it's Russian teams.
Oh, is he a player on the team?
He's a player.
Oh,
wow!
It's
not like a real.
Mate, what are you talking about? No one's tackling him.
No one's tackling him. But that's what I mean. If it's raining, you're putting an umbrella under it. If you're not, then you're in trouble.
I was just so surprised because all of those officials were there, and within seconds, it rained. It's like no one expected it to rain. Within seconds, there's one umbrella up and it's over Putin. And no one else cared. No one else got an umbrella. Everyone else was getting wet. And I was thinking, what does his Secret Service walk around with umbrellas, mate? It must have been.
Well, they can tell the weather, man.
Well, why didn't any of the other people have umbrellas ready to go? And there must have been one time when he got rained on, and then someone got their fingers chopped off. And I was like, never let this happen again.
Yeah, exactly. Of course that happened. Of course that happened. But I like the way Putin turned to them as well. And then he was like, he just looked at it like a sheepless grin going, sorry, I need 4 umbrellas. So sorry about that, guys.
Oh, just joking.
My friend told me that trains from the banlieue, which is the ghetto area, if you want, in France, where a lot of the players were from, were cancelled on the day of the final. So from that area into Paris. Yeah, so they couldn't get into central Paris
like the big
to celebrate. Yeah,
and all those kind of things.
Yeah, and then there were no TV cameras filming the reaction in the banlieue. Because I think if in England that would happen, right? If you've got Harry Kane, they'll go to his hometown. Yeah. And they're like, this is where he's from.
Because
this is
look,
the reaction.
in England they did. They went to Croydon, they went to Tottenham, they went to all these kind of places that you might think are
France, they didn't.
TV worthy.
Most of a lot of the players were from those areas in France and the surrounding areas of Paris. Yeah. That people just don't go to. Yeah. And they didn't celebrate that at all.
Yeah, that's a bit mad.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So going back finally to Trevor Noah's comments, he said, when the French people with African descent are unemployed or commit a crime, they're African immigrants. When their children win the World Cup for France, they're just French and they can't be anything else. Yeah. So that bit I agree. You can see where that.
Yeah, and that does great. His other comment of, I'm not taking away their Frenchness, but I'm including them in Africanness. There's something that resonates well with me from there. Yeah. That they're French, but you know that they're also representing Africa.
You can do that,
and that's it. He was happy to see that, but then he kind of made one of those faux pas anyway, because Africa's obviously not a country, so they're not exactly all from the same country. They're from a few different places. But I hear what he's saying, and it's a relevant comment to get out there and to discuss.
Did you see that tweet by Mendy? His name's Mendy. He's in the French team. No. So there was this tweet that was going around, and it had people's name with the flag of their parents.
Okay.
So
as in other people in the team.
Yeah. So it had so maybe Mbappe had Cameroon and I forgot where else he's from. But then it had all that, and then it was going around going, oh, this is African team, blah blah. And then Mendy took that picture. And then he did the same squad, and he put all French flags next to their thing. And he said, "We're French."
Exactly.
Good. So, and I was like, "Yeah, that is good." But then, why can't they be both? But they felt to feel that because everyone's going, "They're African, they're not French, they're not French." Exactly. So that's why he went out, and that's how I would have felt if I was in a team and everyone's going, "Oh, they're not really English." Yeah. I would have been like,
but once again. It comes back to the mutual exclusivity of those two things. You can be more than one, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
You can be more than one. And I think other people are just walking around saying, no, choose one.
Exactly.
And you don't have to.
Yeah. And then this week, Mesut Ozil has quit the German national team.
I heard that.
And he cites that he can't, it's because he, like many footballers have said, when I win, I'm German. When I lose, I'm of Turkish descent.
Exactly.
So, you can't. People say you can be both, but then they won't let you.
Yeah. What comes to mind though is that if you'd won the whole way through, you would never recognise the issue. Do you know what I mean? As in, so Mesut Ozil, he may be, not to say that he doesn't already recognise the issue, but if Germany just kept on winning and winning and winning, he would never quit the national team. Well, he wouldn't recognise that actually, as soon as you don't win, they're not feeling you in the same way as they do that way around.
Well, like France, from 1998, 2000, they were fine, and then it all came out.
And you would think, what happened? What actually happened there?
Anyway, listen, I hope that you've been educated on the French history.
Yeah.
And thanks for that request.
And yeah, we look forward to more requests. That was cool.
Thank you.
Alright, let's go into it. What did I want to say? Mate, I was in the restaurant not too long ago. And I was eating.
You're always in restaurants.
Mate, you gotta eat. Listen, I figured this out. If you don't eat, you're gonna have a tough time. You're gonna have a tough time surviving. No, but it was one of those weird ones where I just kind of caught myself in a moment of swapping my knife and fork from one hand to the other.
Why?
And then because I felt more comfortable with it one way. And
sometimes I do that with a tennis racket.
I do this as well.
You do that? Yeah. That means we're rubbish at tennis, you know? When we're just swapping hands.
You're rubbish at tennis. I'm ambidextrous.
No.
I'm ambidextrous.
You're not supposed to swap hands with anything.
This is it.
Especially knife and fork.
I was actually thinking along those lines that why don't I have a dominant hand of one compared to the other? You know, you have a dominant eye, and your dominant eye changes.
You do have a dominant hand, don't you?
Well, in lots
like
of
when
situations.
you write in. When you write, and is that the same hand you hold your fork?
So you don't know?
No, I don't know.
This is my point. That as I was eating, and I had to ask someone, which hand is the knife meant to be in?
Wait a minute. Who did you ask?
No, I was there with the missus, and we were having a meal,
right.
and then
and then I asked the next table.
Yeah, exactly. Excuse me.
He's just like, which hand do I?
And then I was just eating, trying to figure it out, and I realised that I don't care. Sometimes I prefer for it to be in this hand. Sometimes I prefer for it to be in that hand. But then I know people who are like, if you're not holding that in the right hand, it's like you haven't been brought up properly. You have no etiquette. And I'm like, I realised that there's loads of rules of etiquette that, not that I don't know them, I have no regard for. Like, you're not meant to have your elbows on the table.
Yeah, I was going to say that one.
Mate, where are my elbows meant to go? Where are my elbows meant to go? I have them on the table regularly. In fact, sometimes I think that shows that you're a little bit more interested in what's happening, because elbows on the table means you've leaned forward. So you're kind of interested.
No,
in
but
what's
then how can you eat if your elbows are on the table? How can you eat?
No. If your elbows aren't on the table, you're doing some T-Rex movements.
No, you're thinking of arm. I'm talking about actual elbow. If your elbow's on the table, that means your plate's really far away.
Yeah, I'm thinking of arms on the table.
I think it's more, like the bored kid look. When they've got their elbow and they're just like drooping, they're touching their face with their hand. That kind of
leaning their head on their.
You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
But I think that's more because it's like more family table etiquette, isn't it? It's quite unsociable to do.
Yeah, but I think if that's a family table etiquette, then that's a wider society etiquette as well. But even just to talk about it, there's lots of rules of etiquette that I just think, why is that the case? And I wish I could find the history on a lot of these things.
Yeah.
But I've just actually been doing some reading, and mate, there are some rules of etiquette that are, just out of, that are just really strange and random in some ways. Things that I find it difficult to get my head around and to say that I'm going to follow. So I think that's
do you remember we talked about this in one episode? We were saying that with a fork, you're not supposed to scoop with a fork.
That's one of the things that I was reading.
Yeah. You have to, it's a fork.
Actually, see, now I'm a little bit of an expert on this.
Go on.
Apart from a food that you eat with only a fork. So like if you had pasta. Or something, you can scoop that onto the fork.
Can you?
Yeah. We say can you? You can do what you want, mate.
Do what you want, man. Put extra rules on me, Zach.
But what's even your definition of etiquette? We'll say it, but what's your definition of it?
Yeah, for me, it's just don't make a fool out of yourself, really.
I think that's what it boils down to. I didn't check the definition, but it's how not to make a fool out of yourself. But then hold on, so if I don't follow those rules, am I just making a fool out of myself?
Because you might be in a situation where they do have the 3 knives and the 3 forks, and then you will make a fool of yourself if you don't know the rules of when to use those knives and forks.
Hey, is it going to pick up the food? Is it going to cut the food? I'm good to go.
Yeah, but they're different sizes,
Mate, the steak isn't
why are you
going to be
using
not cut
the
with a
small?
smaller fork.
Why are you using the butter knife to cut your steak?
Like, a butter knife obviously wouldn't cut the steak, but all right. Even with those different,
Cut my steak, Zach. You don't cook it right.
Even with those things, you know, you meant to start from the outside.
Yeah,
and go inwards.
yeah.
So that obviously means that the person needs to have laid the table correctly.
I've never been in a